Today we're reading some more concerning Reddit stories and I hope you guys are excited. I still don't have any power, so I'm in an Airbnb at the moment. I'm at like a little desk inside like a wardrobe, so it might sound a little bit different today. But yeah, still no power, so hopefully by the next episode we have power again. And also thank you for 250,000 subs, everybody. That's so amazing. 250,000. That's so wild. Let's celebrate by reading some horrifying stuff. Am I the a-hole for losing my shit over cookies when my daughter-in-law tossed them out? I'm a good baker. I enjoy making sweet treats for everybody to enjoy. My daughter-in-law Emily is very health conscious, and even more so now that they have 2 kids. She's the type of person who avoids sugars and mainly eats organic and avoids processed food. When the grandkids visit, I usually make cookies or something sweet for them to enjoy. Every single time she sees them, she usually goes on about how they're unhealthy. We got into an argument about this a few months ago about not giving the kids junk. I pointed out that everything's homemade and I'm not only serving them cookies. My son stepped in on this and we compromised that the kids can have 1 cookie when they're here. This was good for a while until yesterday. The kids came over last night and I made a batch of cookies. They were cooling on the rack. Emily and my son decided to chat a bit before heading out. During that time, Emily went into the kitchen and threw out all the cookies. When I asked her why she did it, she claimed that she was doing me a favor since they're so unhealthy. I yelled at her saying that she had no right to throw away food that I had worked hard to make. She got defensive and said that she was just trying to help. My son stepped in and told me to calm down, but I was furious. Emily left the room in tears and now my son saying that I overreacted and I should apologize. I told my son that I won't be babysitting until he handles this and I will not apologize. Yeah, oh my god, the audacity of Emily. So what, because a homemade cookie is bad for you? Which, by the way, if you don't eat nothing but bloody cookies, they're not bad for you. You can eat a couple of cookies here and there, but as long as you eat stuff in moderation, you'll be fine. But either way, she has no right to do what she did, OP. You're completely not in the wrong. Imagine having the audacity to throw out somebody else's food they just made, and they're cookies, they're not poison or something. They're not gonna hurt the kids. The top comment says, not the a-hole. Emily's rude as hell. The occasional cookie or two won't kill the kids. Emily's a massive a-hole, OP. The comment under that one says, not the a-hole. Yeah, the parents get to decide how their children eat, and I think other people should respect that, unless it creates a burden, aka they want the kids to eat vegan, but like it's too difficult to cook a separate meal, or they want specific foods but are unwilling to pay for the foods. In this case, you could not serve the kids cookies at all, even if you're doing them a favor by babysitting, but you all compromised, and you agreed the kids could each have a cookie, and your daughter-in-law didn't just decide her kids couldn't have cookies, she threw away the cookies for you that you made with your own ingredients. You need to be clear with your son that you all agreed to this compromise, and it was incredibly rude for your daughter-in-law to throw away your own food in your own home. There's no excuse for that. Would he be okay with you going into their home and opening up the cupboards and throwing away stuff that you wanted? No, of course not. If daughter-in-law had decided that she didn't want her kids to have cookies, she could have said that. Instead, she destroyed your property. You've got nothing to apologize about. You didn't even call her names. You just yelled at her about the exact thing that she did wrong. She needs to apologize to you and fully recognize that she drastically overstepped in what's even remotely appropriate in somebody else's home. She wasn't trying to help and they know that, and I wouldn't let them back in my home at all until they could fully appreciate that and apologize. Yeah, and for the audacity to say that you overreacted. You did not overreact, OP. You might have even underreacted. Like what you said to Emily would have been completely fine, OP. You have every right to be upset. Yeah, like the comment under that one says, how is throwing out food not an overreaction? Daughter-in-law has a ferociously unhealthy relationship with food. If she can't even control her actions around food that doesn't belong to her, food's not healthy or unhealthy, it's just food. Yeah, that's right, it's not like it's bloody poison. If she cared so much, she could teach her child about moderation and making choices that are good for their body, rather than micromanaging what the people around her consume. You've already come to a reasonable compromise regarding what the children eat in your home. If the daughter-in-law apologizes for throwing out your food, it's only fair to apologize for raising your voice and or using unkind words, but she disrespected you in your own home. It's absurd that she thinks you would thank her for that. Yeah, and that is an awfully unhealthy relationship with food, and it's an awful thing to teach your kids too. Don't teach your kids to avoid food completely like it's poisonous or something. Like what, you think they're not gonna want that one day? Teach them that they can eat that sort of stuff in moderation. And that's so frustrating too. She literally said, oh, I'm just trying to help. Get the hell out of here. You're so not the a-hole, OP. Post number 2 is called, am I the a-hole for what I said when my parents announced to me that they were having another baby? My parents have 7 kids. There's me, 16 male, Kayla, 13 female, Robin, 12 male, Sam, 10 male, Lacey, 8 female, Zoe, 6 female, and Robbie, 4 male. They only ever intended to have 2 kids, and even with me and Kayla alone, they'd still struggle. My parents don't have great jobs, we never had much space in our house to begin with, and now we're all crammed in. I started working at 13 to get money so I could pay for stuff stuff that I needed, like a laptop, which I didn't have access to when my school first shut down. We didn't even have internet then. My parents swore they were done with Robbie and that they'd get us back on track, and that I wouldn't need to work just to pay for stuff that I needed for school. The weight of being the oldest is already a lot, and I've paid for stuff before. I babysit so my parents can work nights or get a break. I take care of the house most days so they can focus on earning money, but it's a lot and we're really too big of a family for what we can actually afford. My parents do get help from the government, but it doesn't go far because they're not good with money or with buying groceries. When no baby came right after Robbie, I thought they were serious and I started to think about my future. I'd love to learn to cook better and work in a restaurant, not college because we could never afford it and my grades aren't good enough, but something. Then Monday my parents sat us down and told us they're having another baby and mum's like 14 weeks pregnant. They knew for 7 weeks but didn't want to tell us until they were ready. My siblings were mainly surprised, but me, I said not again. I think I even cried a little, which caught me off guard because I'm not a crier usually. It was apparently enough to break me though. My parents got so angry at me and they told me to check my attitude. I told them they gave me this attitude by being so reckless and putting so much on me, and now they've broken their promise and we're going to struggle even more than before. They told me to stop acting like they're doing something to me, that accidents happen and they'd never abort even if they could. They told me to focus on making things okay and less on being so negative. Wow, the audacity. I know people say that having money isn't as important as long as you have a loving family, and maybe that's true for some people, but mine feels like a weight that I have to carry and not something that I'm blessed with. They're a responsibility on me, a burden really, and maybe that's awful to say, but it's how I really feel. I hate worrying about what'll happen if they can't afford the bills, or if my laptop breaks and I can't afford to fix it, or what if we can't afford food, or we can but I have to pay for groceries instead of saving. Am I the a-hole? Oh my god, no, of course you're not, OP. Your parents are so irresponsible, and the fact that you have to carry the burden of all of this is so bad. Yeah, this comment, not the a-hole. Your feelings are perfectly reasonable. You still need to think about your future. Don't let their decision to have another child derail you. Keep on saving. Groceries are not your responsibility. OP said they're not, but we do need to be able to eat. The comment under that says then it's time to call protective services that the kids are starving at home and going without basic necessities. You're not required at all to provide for them, especially as a minor. Pocket all of your money you get from working. You'll need it when you flee at 18. Yeah, 100%. Let them realize the consequences of their actions. Yeah, like the top comment says, not the a-hole. This is a no-win situation. You do not have to ever babysit your siblings. That's not your responsibility. But then if you didn't watch the kids, there'd be less money to feed the kids. Essentially, there are 3 parents in this household, and 2 of them are acting very irresponsible, which is then increasing the workload of parent number 3. You should consider enlisting in the Air Force or the Navy when you're old enough. Even a good line cook won't allow you an income to leave home. So that's a trap where you still have to live at home and be pressured to watch the kids. Study hard and get a high score so you can get good training for a skilled job. Then enlist for 4 years or 6 years or whatever the minimum is and get out and get into government contracting. There's good money there and it is fairly safe in terms of job security. OP said the military is not for me. I get that people think it's great, but that would not be a good option for me. Honestly, even without money, I won't be staying once I'm old enough to leave. I'd rather be homeless and couch surf and figure something else out. The comment under that says, whatever you do, you must leave your home. It's gonna hurt when it happens. You'll be guilted about leaving and your next sibling, Kayla, will likely end up taking on the responsibilities that you have now. Make a plan, keep it a secret, don't tell anybody in your family. Get your own bank account if you can. Leave ASAP after turning 18. Yeah, even if it is staying with a friend or relative. And Google parentification. That's what happened to you. Wishing you luck in the future, not the a-hole. Oh yeah, parentification to the max. The amount of responsibility at OP's age, that's so messed up. Yeah, all the best with it, OP. You haven't done anything wrong. Ew, the next one. I found my wife's secret IG account. Am I overreacting? I feel so defeated. My wife 31 and I 28 have been together for 11 years, married for 5, and I just found out she's pretty much living a double life. We've been a little bit disconnected the last couple of months and I couldn't figure out why. Last night she was in the shower and curiosity got to me and I went on her phone and I snooped around. I know that I shouldn't have, but I had the feeling something was going to be there. Long story short, she has 3 different accounts. Her personal one that she reposts drama stuff, it's a T page, and one I've never seen before with a fake name attached to it. I opened that one up and lo and behold there's pictures posted on her that I've never seen before, all taken in the mirror in our room, wearing lingerie that I bought her. Ew, the account is private and she somehow has like 1,200 followers and each picture over like 80 likes, and there were 35 posts going back to 4 months ago. The fact that the account's private and she has that many followers has me thinking she must be cross-posting on some other platform. I don't have an Instagram for myself anymore, but I do know how it works. I was so scared to open up the DMs, but I had to, and to no surprise, there was a crap load of guys giving her compliments and sending her pics, and I can see that she actually sent them pictures back, but they disappeared already. Oh, I'm so sorry, OP. I felt my heart start to pound when I started reading these messages and I couldn't take it anymore, so I just put her phone back down and turned away from her side of the bed. bed and acted like I was sleeping. I didn't want my emotions to get the best of me when I brought it up to her, so I tried to sleep on it. Barely slept. It's the next day now and I'm really questioning myself and her. Does she have an OnlyFans or some? Is she actually meeting up with these guys behind my back? Or am I blowing this all out of proportion? I feel like it's cheating, but I have a history of overreacting, so I don't even know what to think at this point. We had so much planned for our future, and we just moved across the country together so she can pursue schooling and a new career, so I'm feeling pretty alone in this right now. I'm going to bring this up to her at some point today, but I'm unsure how things will be after. I still want to be with her. I love her, and I'm pretty hurt right now, and I'm not sure how I'll be able to move forward. I'm so sorry, OP. You deserve so much better. And of course it's cheating. She's a piece of crap. Yeah, this comment. What do you think the best scenario is here? She only has the IG and is still a liar and a serial cheater. That's the best case scenario. I'm sorry, man. It's time to make preparations and talk with a lawyer. Send yourself some screenshots if you're able to. And if you can, I'd avoid telling her that you know for as long as you can. OP said, I've read this comment probably 20 times since you posted it. I can't believe I let my optimism cloud my judgment so much. She's checked out, as somebody else said. This is the route I'm gonna take. Thank you. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I'm so sorry, OP. Yeah, this one. Your wife's a piece of crap. Not sorry. Yeah, completely is. Like, where's the loyalty in this, OP? Nowhere to be found. Yeah, that's so revolting. And are you overreacting? No, OP. Definitely not. You deserve better, OP, and all the best in the future. Am I the a-hole for kicking my sister's boyfriend out of my vacation home? My husband Kai and I own a vacation home on Lake Michigan. We both own it technically, but it was his before we got married. This becomes relevant later. My sister Leah has been using our vacation home since Kai and I started dating. We don't mind, she's always clean and courteous and leaves it better than she found it. However, she started dating her boyfriend Al about a year ago, and I can't say the same for him. Al's a total slob. He leaves dirty dishes and empty bottles everywhere and expects Leah to clean it up. He has split custody of 2 young kids from his ex, who he just lets run free, expecting Leah to do the work even though they're his kids. On top of that, he's told Leah to get him a beer while she's busy and he's watching TV a few different times in front of Kai and me, so I can't even imagine how he treats her when we're not around. Their house is always a mess because Leah is working 60 hours a week and doesn't have the time to take care of 2 small kids and Al, and also clean and work long hours. Yet somehow I think Leah really loves Al. She looks at him like he's the only man in the world. When she talks about him, her eyes light up and her voice is sweet and melodic. That's why when Leah asked if she and Al could use the vacation home this week, I said yes. I figured what's the worst that could happen? Plus Kai and I already planned on going 3 days after them, so we'd overlap. When Kai and I got there, the vacation home was a pigsty. It smelled like rotting food, there was a mountain of dirty dishes in the sink, the floor was sticky, and there were drawings on the walls with crayons. What? We got to the living room where lo and behold Leah was scrambling to pick up toys and Al was drinking a beer in a rocking chair. I immediately snatched the beer from his hand and I asked him why he wasn't cleaning the mess that he made. He asked why I assumed it was him and not Leah. I said it's because I'm not an idiot. He just chuckled and said that Leah was doing the cleaning and there didn't need to be 2 people cleaning. His nonchalance really ticked me off, so I told him that him and his sticky kids had an hour to pack up their things and leave, or I'd call the cops. Al looked at Kai and Kai was like, what are you looking at me for? Go pack. At this point Leah was really upset with me. She said they were looking forward to unwinding and I walked in and ruined it in 5 minutes, not even considering other resolutions to conflict. Plus I had no claim to the house since I didn't buy it myself. I told her there is no conflict. Al's dead weight and that's it. And as for the house, Kai owns it and he has it with me. She said that if Al was leaving that she was too. That night I got a call from my mum asking why I kicked Leah out. I told her I kicked Al out and Leah followed. My mum told me that I need to be more accepting of new members of the family and that not everybody has the same living style as me. Now she's mad and Leah won't talk to me. Was I the a-hole in this situation? Once again, that's so sad. The bit there where Leah said that they were going to be unwinding and having a good time and stuff. Yeah, right. Leah would have been cleaning up after Al the whole time, managing everything on her own by the sounds of it. Yeah, Al is dead weight OP. And like the top comment says, it feels like your mum doesn't have the full picture of Al that you do. Obviously Al's an a-hole. You aren't, not the a-hole. My advice is in future interactions continue to call out Al's behaviour as unacceptable. Only act through defence of your sister. Don't call out her bad choice of Al at all. Don't do a why are you doing so and so for him. Just call out his laziness. Get me a beer gun as a what are your legs and arms broken? Not cleaning? Pick up after your kids. Wash your dirty dishes, jerk. Just continue to point out that Al is a lazy a-hole that for somehow thinks he needs to be treated like he's the master of the house. Yeah, and this one too. Send mum photos of what they did to the house and tell her if she wants to be accepting accepting of ours behavior and how he treats your property, then she can jolly well come up and clean up after him and put your house to rights. Yeah, this one too, seriously. Ours and us, and Leah puts up with it. Their relationship, not our business. But drawing on the walls with crayons? 10 steps too far. Get out, loser, not the a-hole. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Am I the a-hole for telling my co-worker that I didn't enjoy my pregnancy? A new co-worker started 3 months ago. Let's call her Linda. She seems pretty nice, which is why I'm really not sure about all of this. At my work, we have a tradition where once a new employee successfully completes their probation, we go out for a team lunch. Nothing fancy, but something nice to celebrate. Linda passed her probation, so we went out for lunch. As we're eating, we all get to talking, and the topic of the magic of pregnancy and childbirth comes up. Everybody was sharing sweet moments from their pregnancy. I enthusiastically joined in, but I didn't share any of my own. And I think Linda noticed because she turned to me and said, "You had twins, didn't you? That must have been a wonderful experience." I smiled and said something along the lines of how I wish my pregnancy and birth had been as positive an experience as theirs had been. It was not said sarcastically at all. But the truth is, I hated every moment of being pregnant. I could write a long list of all the magical symptoms I had, but I'll just give you the highlights. Horrific vivid nightmares, severe morning sickness, debilitating migraines, a metallic taste in my mouth, and then the birth. To be honest, I feel like anything that could have went wrong, but not threatening to my life, did go wrong. Worst of all, due to some of the complications, I ended up being kept in the hospital for a while, so I missed the first few days with my gals. It's safe to say that I hated every moment of being pregnant, and every moment of labour too. It was not a magical experience by any stretch of the imagination. I didn't say any of this to Linda, I just responded as I mentioned. After my reply, Linda started getting short with me. Later, I asked her privately what was going on. She snapped and told me what I said was insensitive and undermined their experiences, and told me that I was an a-hole for it. Since then, she has sort of cooled off and is less hostile, or less openly hostile. But last week, she invited all the girls in the team to a ladies' night, everybody but me. Now, I don't mind so much since ladies' nights are not really my thing, but the fact that she pointedly excluded me has made things awkward. I feel like I need to do something. I'm not really in the mood for drama. I have enough of that in my life right now, and I don't need more, so I haven't confronted her about it yet. And as I said, she is otherwise a really nice person, normally pretty friendly and easygoing, so I am left wondering if I was really the a-hole. Was what I said insensitive? Did it undermine their experience? Before I ask her about it, I could use some perspective because I don't know. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. What were you meant to say? It doesn't sound like you said anything that bad either. Yeah, the top comment. Good lord, so not the a-hole. I would have wondered if she was pregnant with the way that she responded. I also had a very miserable pregnancy and a serious life-threatening event, heart failure, so I can't relate to these stories. You weren't being sarcastic. You weren't telling these women that they sucked for having positive experiences. You didn't call them liars. You just shared your experience. She's shown that she's petty by excluding you from a ladies' night event. All of this would make me very cautious of working on any other projects with her. Good luck. Super petty, and yeah, getting upset for pretty much no reason. The comment below that says not the a-hole. Linda's playing mean girl, and you're her first target. Yeah, no, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP, but I do feel like that's enough for today. That was such a fun episode, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time, and I hope I didn't sound too different on the microphone. Hopefully by the next episode, I'll be back to normal. But before you go, I've got a super cute, wholesome meme to show you. I sneezed when everybody was asleep. How cute is that? Look at the first cat. Oh, I'm so tired. So adorable. They're like, hey, what's going on? Cats are so beautiful, and I feel like we needed to end the episode on that note. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. If you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section, and also like and subscribe. And the comment of the day today, goes to Pork Soda. Hi everybody, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for commenting that, Pork Soda. I really appreciate that. And yeah, same here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day too. I love the positivity in the comments. I really appreciate it. We've got such a beautiful community on the channel. And yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!